fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back to the grand finals, this grand finales of the WardiTV Monday number 26. It's been a great event, a bit of a shorter event, I'll be honest, some shorter games, some faster matches, some faster series. I'm sure a big part of that is the new map pool. We've gotten rid of Neo Valley Square, we've gotten rid of Abyssal Reef and King's Cove finally. And we've been featuring some new TLMC maps instead. Now we're jumping into our best of 5 this morning. In the right hand corner of ley lines, we have our South Green Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player representing Shopify. This is not Clem, this is ByuN. It's been a while since we haven't seen Clem in the finals, I'll be honest. I was saying earlier how we don't often really see Clem versus MaxMax, but we see Clem versus other players, whether it's MaxMax, whether it's herO, whether it's Solar, whether it's ByuN. But this time there is no Clem. Clem was knocked out early on in the bracket by ByuN himself in a Terran versus Protoss, and we'll see if ByuN can pull it off again. For now, eBay block. Does eBay block across the map? Will do the expansion? Boys are being pulled as herO does not want to take the unnatural natural. So nice start by ByuN. He will disrupt the economy. He will delay, not just delay the Nexus, he will also deny mining from 5 probes. So nice start here for ByuN. Now, again, this typically would force a reaction like taking the unnatural natural, but here he does want to expand at his own natural base, doesn't want to have any shenanigans going on early on. He will force a cancel and will expand. He will take his expansion. Back at home, ByuN is going for his own Rax. I would say Rax expands. Yep, going for the CC. CC on the high ground. Safe setup here by ByuN, making sure he doesn't get delayed on the low ground. So already is Deter always trying to dictate the pace of the game. Or just trying to force herO to react to him instead. Also, before I forget, if you're in the chat, it's time. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Oh, as looks like the previous predictions weren't paid out. My apologies. I'll get on that. Un momento. Just go the way of ByuN. There we go. There we go. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Who you think is going to be our champion this week? Will it be our Terran or our Protoss? Will it be herO or ByuN? Best of luck as herO does open up Stargate. Let's go. And this is what I mentioned before, how herO, he's more willing to diversify his openers and to mix things up. We do see some players are more fond of Twilight Council play and they only open Twilight Council. herO, he does like to diversify, go into Twilight Council into Blink, or sometimes Stargate into Oracle, or even Stargate into Phoenix. So bold move by herO. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have our 1-1-1 setup here out of ByuN. It is barely out of vision, out of range of the Adept. Going for the factory into Starport. Cyclone drop, it looks like. Cyclone into Medevac into drop play. So ByuN is being aggressive here. Yep, there's that Medevac on the way. So ByuN does expand. And herO back at home opens up Oracle, not Phoenix. Oracle opener instead. The goal here is to get economic damage. To try to keep ByuN on the back foot. Cyclone is revealed. Just reveal the Cyclone, takes down the first Adept, nicely done. And ByuN, he will punish. ByuN, he didn't quite scout the opener, didn't quite scout the tech, but the Cyclones are the correct choice. As they will shut this down. Oracle tries to dip in, but the lock-on is brutal. And the Oracle will take a lot of hits. It's going to be hunted down. Oh no! Ooh, the Oracle does fall. Massive pickoff. Very nice catch, and now herO's in trouble. herO's in a lot of trouble. ByuN, he pushes. He's sending everything across the map. The Marines, both Cyclones as well. The rally is real, and herO's in trouble. This is where Stargate openers can be really risky because, as you can see, the Phoenix, what's it going to do? The Phoenix does nothing. The Phoenix does not help in the defense. It does buy some time, but the Phoenix will eventually go down. It barely escapes. Back at home, we have vanilla Adepts, we have vanilla Stalkers, no charge, no blink, no nothing. herO's in trouble. He's in trouble here. ByuN, he looks to commit. Shield Battery does help, does buy time. As the blink has just begun. And upon seeing the setup, ByuN doesn't try to break him, doesn't go for it. Here he cancels the shield battery, he realizes that here he backs off, or that ByuN backs off, and here holds. Ooh, here he does hold on. Aye, aye, aye. Taking the third. I will bleed out another adept. Again, here he cannot fight this out in the open like this. He has to be careful. Blink is halfway done. ByuN retreats, and herO survives. Now, herO's third base is late. True, it is a late third base for herO, but regardless, is on the way. Likewise, he survives the aggression. Gonna be hunted down by the adept. And we do see ByuN getting to his own 3-1-1 setup into stim, into tank production. Oh, my apologies. Going for the add-on swap, no tanks. Just into a heavy Marauder composition instead, which is quite common for ByuN. I mean, for a lot of Terrans, actually. Just get into heavy Marauder. herO does attempt to poke in. Does lead to the main. Oh! Doesn't quite deny stim. That was close, and the army is waiting for him. Set fire decent trades, forced to recall. He will lose one Stalker. Just the one. One Stalker goes down. Cyclones are across the map. Stalkers, they make it back just in time to defend. He does dive in. Despite that, 11 probes go down. Oh my god! 14! Jesus, 14-16. That one lib going ham in the main. Late reaction there by herO. herO, who was distracted. 15 probe kills. That one liberate, he's got 15 probe kills to his name. Ay, ay, ay. That may have just taken it here. herO, his economy is in shambles. That should never have happened. herO, he's all in. At this point, herO, he's all in. He has to try to break him. But ByuN has plenty back at home. He has Marines, he has Marauders, making 2 Marauders at a time, getting into combat shields. There was just too much freedom. Too much Liberator does go down. But that was insane. Again, that was 20 kills in total. And suddenly herO, he needs to do more here. Dancing with the army, picking up some Marines. I mean, not bad. Nice trades. Meanwhile, ByuN does sneak out across the map. While herO's being hyper-aggressive, ByuN likewise dropping into the main. It does drop in, catches out the Stalkers. Bust into the mineral line, more probes going to be going down. This is critical damage. I mean, it was already critical. And he's getting more. Getting even more kills here. Depowers the gateways, takes down the shield battery. ByuN pushes out towards the third. Poison being pulled, losing even more workers. Workers that herO just can't afford to lose. And it will lose everything here. Yeah, the Stalkers, they're going down. He has been broken. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. ByuN just punishing the opener of herO. The initial Stargate opener, it hurt herO more than anything. Remember, he lost the Oracle initially. The Phoenixes did nothing, and that just meant that herO's tech was delayed. It was delayed tech for herO. Delayed blink, delayed charge, delayed upgrades. Everything was later because of the early Stargate opener. And ByuN did snowball out of control. Likewise, of course, the MVP was the Liberator. The Liberator, it had killed 15 workers on its own. 20 including what the Cyclones had accomplished. And that was game-ending damage. And with that, GG well played. ByuN does take a lead, and now we are jumping to game number 2. Jumping into game 2. And game 2 is going to be on, Killer's Mile. Okay, now, this has been quite a popular map when it comes to Terran players. We've seen a lot of Terran players embrace Killer's Mile. And I'm curious to see how herO will approach this map. Because it feels like Terran aggression is favored here more than anything. ByuN has a lot of experience on this map. For those that weren't here, over the weekend, we did cast ByuN. We casted ByuN up against Cristiano and Trigger. ByuN, he was competing in our Open Cup, in Sparkling Tuna Cup, and ByuN, he was non-stop. He was very, very fond of Killer's Mile. He was picking it non-stop throughout that event, throughout that tournament, throughout the weekend, and now he's here once again. We'll get into the map. We'll get into it. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Killer's Mile, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, down in the series, but favored to win it all. Can he bounce back? It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Clem Crusher himself. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. Took down Clem already tonight. And who is this herO to him? We're here to find out. We're here to find out. He's the lead in the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And welcome one and all to Killer's Mile, as there are dead bodies all over the place. So it's a massacre. A Killer's Mile, if you will. But the rush distance by ground is very short. Short rush distance by ground, exposed third expansion as well. ByuN is coming in for what looks to be a proxy. Okay. Setting up a proxy towards the left-hand side, going for the racks. He has one gas back at home, and I'm curious here if we're only going with the racks back at home. This could be the setup for a proxy Marauder, or we could just go proxy Reaper with a bunker on the low ground as well. We'll see how ByuN does commit. As again, we have seen a lot of Protoss players struggle to defend on Killer's Mile. We even saw Solar struggle to defend against herO on this map as well, as aggression is favored coming into Killer's Mile. Aggression is favored, which, I mean, now it makes sense why there's bodies all over the place. True. Makes sense. Very aggressive map. Marine first, show us the tech lab. Show us the tech lab, show us the Marauder production. Yep, there it is. So, proxy Marauder out of ByuN. Now, the goal here is to try to catch out the initial unit. This should be with Concussive Shell alongside this, so Concussive Shell into Marauder production. If herO doesn't play this out safely, if he doesn't get a safety shield battery, if he does move out with his initial units, then things can end very abruptly here. Getting flashbacks from 2024, I Am Katowice, Golden Aura between herO and Cure. If you know, you know. If you it's a dark time. To be fair, that was proxy 2 racks. That was not just the singular rack. So Cure was more committed with that proxy. Marines move out. Hallucination Scout will confirm that we're missing tech. Hallucination comes in, confirms no CC on the low ground, no factory in the main. It has to be proxy racks. So herO, he knows. He knows what's going on. Instantly shield battery on the high ground. Instant shield battery here for herO. He's setting up. He knows what's going on. Very important scout for herO, and ByuN, after getting scouted, he expands. Throws in a CC. herO taking this 2 shield batteries. Oh my god, does take this very seriously. And you could argue an overreaction. Setting up on the high ground. Army pushes forward, going for the Nexus. No low ground shield battery. Oh, Sentry's gonna get targeted down. Boys are being pulled. Sentry falls. Massive pickup. Bunker, is it going to finish? It shouldn't. No, down to 1 Stalker. 1 Stalker remains. And the bunker, it's going to complete. No shot. Stalker goes down. Bunker finishes. The boys, they're going to be falling as well. And this is getting a bit out of hand. And remember, ByuN, he is transitioning behind this. The fact the Rax is still across the map. Throwing down another back at home. But with the help of this bunker, this does cause an issue. Cause another problem here. But here he will eventually deal with this. I mean, he's got 3 shield batteries, but this again is a big commitment into shield battery play. Likewise, Robo into Immortal production as well. Very safe follow-up, which means here he has less pushing power. And Marines have arrived, another Marauder as well. The base is getting low. The Immortal is going to help. It is a bunker buster, of course. See, the Immortal will break through this. At least they should. Guardian Shield gets activated. Shield Battery does support the Immortal. Bunker goes down. And ByuN pulls away. Oh, misplaced Force Field. Unfortunate Force Field. He does catch one Marauder, thankfully. Does get one. Not quite the Marines. With that, ByuN, he does pull away. And again, ByuN is looking quite comfortable here on 2 bases, building up towards his 3-rack setup. Now, thankfully here, he was mining the entire time from his natural. Thankfully, he saved the expansion. Did save it. Nice control so far, but 1 sentry does fall. a sentry. More Marines filing in. He wants another sentry, doesn't quite get it. Here, still reinforcing. Behind this, working towards Colossus production. A missed rally here out of ByuN. Rallies into the army. And here he's searching for that proxy. He's searching and he will find it. Ooh, Jesus. Here, it does take a little hull damage on that Immortal. Very close. Very clutch. And ByuN getting into his own 3-1-1 setup. Ooh, the Rax is still up and running. Here, he does reinforce. Now here, he shouldn't commit in. Scan reveals that gases have been taken. And ByuN should be able to hold on. Here, just poking forward. Actually dropping into the main. Looking for any stray units. Here, going Disruptor first. That's a bold move. Going for the Disruptor. And if they commit. Nice trades out of here. Takes out the Marines, and he's pulling ByuN apart. Rough losses here. SCVs are falling. Immortals, they find more damage in the main. ByuN. Oh. Doesn't quite get them. Get them. Here he backs off. He's on full 2-base saturation, building up Colossus, now getting a third, and the game will continue. It's been an intense game. It's been very intense. But we can take a breath. We can take a moment. ByuN and herO, they've stabilized on 2 bases. herO is the first to expand, and he should be, as a Protoss, he should be the first to take that third. ByuN, he can maintain himself on 2 bases, waiting for his upgrades. Never goes up. Boom, massive connection. No reaction from ByuN. Takes down 5 SCVs and 2 mules. Very high value pick off there. Very high value Nova. And here he wants more. He wants more damage, wants more value. Keeps up with the main army. He's going for the mineral line once again. This time the boys have pulled away. Ooh. Likewise, drop into the natural, but there's a Colossus back at home. He's going for Blink. Does get it. Nice pickoff, limited anti-air. Medivacs, they do get away. Again, only 1 Stalker and 2 sentries. So ByuN, he denies Blink. With that, herO is going to be stuck at home. As herO, he finally finds the proxy. Or he's finally going to deal with it, I should say. Drawing back in. Oh! Points it over. Nice control. ByuN rallies out. Dealing more damage. Going for the Forge, actually. He's going to get it as well. Massive pick off. ByuN just pulling herO apart. Takes down Blink. Takes down +1. Denies the Forge. Stims on foot. He wants that Disruptor. Does want it. Doesn't quite get it, though. Shield battery coming in clutch. Saves the Disruptor. ByuN just keeps dropping in. Going for the mineral line. Likewise, dropping into the main. Colossus is in position. But without Blink, the Medivacs are not being punished. They can't be. Like, there's no Blink, there's no Phoenixes, there's limited anti-air. Limited maneuverability here from herO. And ByuN is taking advantage of that. Still rallying across the map. Dropping back in as 6 probe kills. Did I say 6? Getting up to 8. Oh my god, and a sentry. Because here he's trying to alleviate that pressure, going for his own counter drop. He wants ByuN to back the hell off. Say, leave me alone. Does rally out. And he's going for the mineral line. Oh, ByuN, not very nice splits. ByuN, he avoids the Nova. Hey, ByuN, calm down. Oh my god. All that time in the mountains, it's paying off. Jesus. ByuN. The mountain man. And he's going for the kill. He's rallying across the map. We'll see if herO can keep up. The Colossus almost gets sniped. Oh my god. Colossus is getting low. ByuN moving out. When it comes to the supplies here, the supply does lie, is mainly in worker count. Oh, he stims in. Does force to pick up. No, it doesn't connect. Tanks take siege up here. He cannot push into this, not into 4 tanks. But they are siege quite far back. Yeah, barely not getting into the mineral line. ByuN moving forward. Now, again, because the natural is so large, because there's so much space here, I don't think the tanks can reach the mineral. Oh, they barely can. They barely can. Whew. You know, here comes the surround. Colossus coming in. There's 3 Colossus. Tanks to get pounced upon. Blink is finally done. And herO, he will clean this up. He takes down the tanks. Ooh, denies the drop. Likewise, ByuN dropped back into the main, but herO, he holds. Here he holds on. He's got his 3 Colossus. He's got his 4th base as well. Blink finally finished. And ByuN overextended. And no 3rd base. No 3rd expansion here for ByuN. It's just now halfway done. He was all in. He was all in with that push, and that push failed. And now suddenly herO, he snowballs out of control. Suddenly herO has a massive army in comparison to what ByuN has. ByuN, what does he have? He has 1 tank. He has 2 Vikings. ByuN, he got too excited. He got too, like, the drop play was good. Didn't have to go for that push. And upon that push failing, I mean, that's it. That's gonna be it here. herO's moving in. There's a decent defensive position. Here he rotates. Does rotate over. Gets eyes on the 3rd CC. Drop is dealing some damage, but alas, ByuN is contained. And herO, he can break this. Can break through. Isn't quite going for it. Takes down the bunker. And GG gets called. Yes, the writing was on the wall. ByuN could not engage with the main army, and herO ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. herO does tie up the series, and we have a back and forth. Let's go. We do have a back and forth. That was a very intense game, though. Very intense, very back and forth. We had some key snipes out of ByuN. We had some incredible Novas initially by herO as well with that disruptor drop. Very back and forth. In the end, we saw that ByuN, he did commit. He was still in 2 bases. He moved out with his entire army. And you could definitely argue he overextended. He overextended there. He did not have to try to, I mean, I say he didn't have to. He was 2 base all in, so in a way, I guess he had to try to end the game. He could have made the choice to have expanded earlier, to expand it sooner, but again, it was all or nothing. In the end, he was surrounded, and with that, GG. herO ties it up. We're going to game 3. We're going to game 3. Game 3 is going to be on the Sandworm. Once again, another TLMC map. We've been featuring these maps quite every series, actually. There hasn't been a single series where we haven't featured a Team Liquid map contest map. I appreciate it. For those who don't know, there's only 3 of them in this map pool. Like, it's a majority ladder maps in this tournament map pool, and players are avoiding them. They're avoiding they're avoiding the ladder maps. They're vetoing them, I should say. And we find ourselves on the TLMC maps instead. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sandworm, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, tying up the series 1-1, making a series out of this. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. We go. Ladder maps suck. I mean, personally, I'm not too fond of most of them. I mean, I should re-emphasize. I love watching them. I love casting on most of the maps. They will have their own quirks. They'll have their own kind of advantages, disadvantages, what they feature, what they favor as well. But at the same time, I understand why our players don't want to play on them. Again, a lot of the current ladder maps they do favor more turtle play, more longer games instead, more later gameplay, and more macro. The new TLMC maps that have been added to this tournament map pool are more aggressive. I did mention it earlier, I should re-emphasize. The 3 maps that were added are Killer's Mile, Sandworm, and Persephone. And all 3 maps are rush maps. They all favor aggression, all 3 of them. And I don't want to paint the wrong picture here. I don't want to be like, oh, all the TLMC maps are aggressive and rush maps. That's not true, actually. There are some more standard and macro maps in the Team Liquid map contest, but they're just not in this tournament. Again, only 3 maps are chosen, and all 3 maps are more aggressive maps. So I appreciate it. That's why we've seen a lot shorter games. We've seen shorter games here tonight. That's why the broadcast is a little bit shorter as well. We've seen a lot of all-ins, actually. We've seen a lot of... Actually, now that I think about it, have we seen late game at all tonight? I guess we kind of did between Rogue and Skillus. But if you remember, that was on Amygdala, which favors late game. So we had one late game on Amygdala, of course, and that's a ladder map. But on all these other maps, we've seen a lot of aggression, a lot of all-ins. All the players have been in each other's faces, and I appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Let's go. I don't know if that was intentional by Wardi. I don't know if he intentionally chose like the more aggressive maps from TLMC, or if he just kind of like rolled the dice and was like, oh no, yeah, these maps look okay, I guess. Uncertain as to like the rationale between picking those maps or these maps. Maybe he was like, I'm tired of my tournament lasting like 5 hours, okay? I want like a nice like 3.5, 4 hour cast instead. It's like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Speaking of, welcome to Sandworm. Sandworm, as I was kind of mentioning, is a smaller map. Short rushes by ground, is a more aggressive map as well. We do feature our Dragon's Teeth in the center, which can impact some of the movement of our armies, of our units, as large units do not or cannot move through these little cones, through these teeth. Smaller units can. So you can see some more interesting movement as a result through the center of the map. Likewise, you have the gold base. Now this gold base is actually quite accessible. It's a very close gold base. It is exposed, it's on the low ground, but I'll be honest, it seems pretty defendable. With the rocks, with the Dragon's Teeth as well, with some of the side blockers, honestly, it feels relatively, I almost want to say easy to take this gold base and to maintain the gold base. We've seen a lot of players taking and, of course, holding on to that gold base quite often so far tonight. And we'll see if our players embrace that gold as well here in the finals. Yes, the rocks do delay it, but we have seen players take it as a third and as a fourth. Have successfully taken it. Until then, we do have ByuN get into his own 3-1-1 setup here. Tank Raven production, pretty standard play, going initially for his Marine drop, but so far here he does hold on. Back at home, for the first time here, we have a standard opener out of herO going into Blink. How many gateways? We have 3 gates in the main, and we have 1 gate at the natural. It is 4-gate Blink, and I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've seen herO 4-gate Blink. It's typically not really seen on larger maps, which means it's not seen on the ladder maps, but here, in the smaller maps, we embrace, and he's rushing into the gold as well. And we just spoke about it. This gold does feel pretty easy to take. Like, sure, it's delayed because of the rocks, and it's on the low ground, but it still feels very defendable. Very defendable gold base. So here he's rushing into the gold, and he's embracing the 4-gate Blink. Let's go. As he does move out, ByuN back at home. He has a bunker on the low ground, tank on the high ground, the bio army in between the bases. We'll see if he can hold. As herO, he needs to find some damage here. But critical connection. Shot goes off, and that prism is insanely low, and just like that, ByuN defense. herO, he cannot move in. Not with this low HP War Prism. Widowmine was insane. herO has to back off, and suddenly I would say that ByuN is in a better position. At least he would be if it wasn't for the gold base. The gold base is a good way for herO to recover. And to transition out of this. Again, the downside of going for 4-gate Blink is that this does delay your tech, it delays charge, it delays +1, it delays your third. But the gold base makes up for that. As herO is being active, or bringing in more stalkers. Here he rotates over, looking for another way in, but so far the tank, I mean, it can cover almost everything here. Again, this natural is actually quite small. It's a small natural. Tank does cover everything. There's more room in the main, but the Bio army is keeping up, and that Prism is still so very low. Stim isn't ready. 5 seconds away. Still 5 seconds out. Tank shot's going off. The mine! Oh! Oh my god. Doesn't quite go off. Jesus. Be careful. And ByuN defends. And ByuN doesn't really lose anything. ByuN, he's in a good position. He defends well. He breaks out. And here he needs a little bit more time for this base to really kick in. Now, ByuN, his Hellion did scout. He's aware of the gold, and there's a lot of pressure on ByuN to knock that gold, to knock it down. Bring it down here. Stalkers, they try to blink away again. It's an awkward blink here through those Dragon's Teeth. Rocks are being knocked out. The boys are being pulled. We're just going for the all-in. Yeah, we commit. 2 base all-in out of ByuN. The boys are here. We mentioned earlier, hey, this map does favor aggression. And you don't get more aggressive than this. As it's all or nothing for ByuN. His goal here is to break herO. Zealots coming from behind. The tanks are on siege. Uh-oh. Tanks are on siege. Missile goes up, covers most of the zealots. But the tanks are falling one after the other. There's 1 tank left. And herO holds. Yeah, here he's shutting this down. 23 SCV kills. There's 1 tank remaining. Marines, they're falling one after the other. ByuN, he has no pushing power here. He's trying. Widow mines are cleaned up. And here he shuts down the army. He blinks on 4, takes down the tank. Only Marines remaining. Marines and a couple of Marauders. ByuN, he will lose everything here. Ooh, even a full medevac. And again, the goal base more than paid for itself. GG gets called, and herO, he will take a lead in the series. Will take down ByuN. Take a lead, 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, I don't think ByuN was really expecting maybe the base to have that much progression on it already. herO, he was pretty fast to take the goal base and take that expansion, and herO, he reaped the rewards. Like, he was able to get into charge in time, able to amass those zealots, and alas, the 2 base all-in did fall in its face from the side of ByuN. Again, that goal base does feel really defendable. Like, it feels pretty safe to take, I'll be honest. GG. As ByuN had to work through those rocks to actually get onto the gold, and every second counts. And herO bought enough time, or he was given enough time even to go for more warp-ins, to get in more zealots. And with that, we're now jumping into potentially the final game of the series. Now, personally, I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a game 5. But up next, we are loading into one of our ladder maps. We're going to be loading into El Dorado. Now, fun fact, actually, not a single TLMC map was vetoed. So, game 4 is El Dorado. If we get to the ace match, that's going to be on Persephone. See if we can get there. Personally, I hope so. Hope we can get there. Give us all the new maps. As spawning in the top or in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, leading the series 2-1, 1 game away from becoming this week's champion. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran. We have the blue Terran player from South Korea, representing Shopify. Down in the series, he has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. It is ByuN. We go. Go. So players are setting up. We have ByuN. Oh my god, going CC first. My apologies, I was enjoying the map itself one of the last times, El Dorado, but ByuN goes CC first. Very greedy build here from our Terran player, and herO going for a gate. Cyber expands, so standard opener out of herO. Greedy build by ByuN. Let's go. Does go for a greedy start. Again, rushes by ground is very direct here on El Dorado. ByuN does take a risk, it does take a chance. Now behind this is going to be CC first into not just one, but we may even embrace additional Raxes behind this. We'll see exactly how greedy ByuN is going to be. Is he crazy enough to throw down extra Raxes and to go for a third CC as well? I mean, hey, that has been ByuN's go-to on some of these maps. herO gaining access to the Xel'Naga. Does take over, and ByuN, he's going for the CC first, Rax into Factory. Okay, it's going to be a Factory follow-up. Does take both gases, true. Takes both gases, does go Factory. Meanwhile, herO opens up instead with a Stargate. Now, we saw herO open the series with a Stargate opener, and he got punished very much so for doing so. If you remember, he went for the Oracle opener, and he lost the Oracle immediately to ByuN's Cyclone. Meanwhile, ByuN, he's rushing into a very fast eBay. That is an insanely fast eBay. Okay, Rax Factory eBay out of ByuN, rushing into +1. And are we setting up for a 2-base all-in? I'm a little bit perplexed here, a little bit. So really fast +1 here by ByuN. Tech Lab's finishing up. ByuN, he hasn't scattered, so he should be going for a Cyclone. Adept does shade in. Does threaten the SCVs. Shades into the mineral line. No major damage. herO, he does scout the fast +1. And I'm a little bit at a loss. I'll be like, he's crazy. Going into a 1-1-1. Looks like he plans to scout with the initial Reaper. There's a supply drop. So Oracle does make his way towards the main. Cyclone should pop out just in time. Cyclone has Riders distracted by the Adepts. Adepts are going to fall. But here he dives into the main. Oh, he is deflected. Yeah, ByuN keeps up. herO has to fall back. And are we going to rush into... There's no armory, though. I was going to say, what, are we rushing into +2? I guess +1 attack into +1 defense. +1 armor. So fast 1-1 here from ByuN. Meanwhile, the Oracle's a bust into the natural. Marines are going down. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets up to 3. Nice pickoffs. He respects the Cyclones. herO keeping the Marine count low, which means herO, he's free to expand. Gets a third base. Taking up into the Forge. Twilight Council, there should be Pulse on and Charge from the side of herO. So here he's building up quite nicely. And ByuN moves out with his Cyclones. He's hunting for anything really. Workers, pylons, oracles. We'll see what he can get. Does find the pylon. Actually boosting into the mineral line. Okay. Does boost in. Not much of them to defend. And here he does miss the drop. A probe's going to be going down. Oh, and here he's going to have to pull the boys. The workers are going to be falling. This is brutal. That's 5. Goes up to 6. And 6 pros go down. Uh-oh. We boost further in? Okay. He's crazy. Was that calculated? Was that? Oh no, yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, he is. Does barely boost past. Okay, let's go. At the same time, Oracles gets a couple of SCV kills. Cyclones, they're still popping up. Getting 11 probes. Oh, getting up to 13. And remember, Blink is still not done. 13 workers go down. 1 Cyclone falls. 13 workers, 1 Cyclone. That is well worth it for ByuN. And suddenly we're in a weird position. If it wasn't for the Cyclone harass, I would favor herO here. But the Cyclones, they popped off. They're still not done. Blink is still not complete. It even forces a recall. Oracle goes down across the map. ByuN playing with fire right now, but it's working. Okay. Let's go. My god. As finally he's going to be shut down, but again, it's been worth it. Very much so. Made the herO double cyclone. Crazy. Does well with herO, he finally maintains map control. Finally rips it away from ByuN. ByuN behind this, building up towards extra racks. He has a 5-rack setup. I don't see a command center, by the way. Not yet. Remember, ByuN with the fast +1, he's rushing into +1 armor now. And is the plan a 2-base all in? Like, is that what we've been building up towards? No, there's a second eBay though. So he's getting ready for 2-2. Wait, what? I kind of hope that ByuN wins this because I need to ask him about this game. I need to know what the hell is happening on El Dorado. Because we cast a lot of StarCraft on this channel. I've never seen whatever the hell ByuN's been up to. I don't know if he has either, I'll be honest. Gonna write that down actually. Don't want to forget. Stasis runs out just in time. ByuN does sneak in behind the main army. Keeping herO distracted. Stims forward. Here he's ready for this. He's someone in position. Oh, nice target firing here on the sentries. Takes down both sentries. Takes down the stalker. Hero's holding. Hero's holding on. Likewise. Oh, herO not paying attention. Oh no! herO not paying attention. Bleeds out all those stalkers. Master Stasis does go off. That was a big loss for herO. herO bleeding out. How many? 13 stalkers go down. Brutal losses. Again, that should not have happened. herO working towards Colossus. He's not there yet. Stasis is about to run out. Still being active. Still being active, swinging off his forces. Likewise, reinforcements on the way. Now, as ByuN moves out here, he is going to wait for a Zealot counterattack. Charge just began. Again, this is a very chaotic game. It's going to be a slow low counterattack instead. Drop into the main, going for the pylon. We'll depower these gates. Denies the warping. Oh my god. Warping gets denied. Then he scans. He wants the Colossus. He stims in. He does stim. He wants it. Shields being stripped away. Boys are being pulled. The herO holds. Oh, he will hold on for a moment, but the robot gets depowered. Hero's in trouble. Tank does siege. herO at the same time trying to catch reinforcements, but these are slow lots. And ByuN, he's breaking through. Oh, doesn't quite get the Colossus. Dropping the main base, still popping off, but ByuN, he has to retreat. Has to pull away. Respects the main army. Hey, these slow lots, they're popping off. They're catching a lot of reinforcements, actually. Meanwhile, 37 probes going down. herO being forced into an all-in. And he might have enough. hero's moving up with the Colossus with 2 mortals as well. It's all or nothing for herO. Pushing up a ramp. Widowmines are ready. Blink gets spent. Does spend his blink. As herO is still not repowered. ByuN, in the face of this army, in the face of a potential all-in, what does he do? He drops. No fear. No fear out of ByuN. He just sends it across the map. Also, ByuN, he never got an armory, by the way. He never got an armory, despite the double eBay. Never started +2. Or never can get into 2-2. This is what I mean when it feels like ByuN's been improvising this game. Has been improvising, drops into the main base, going for the Nexus. Nexus is gonna go down. Just barely. Gets picks up, gets out of there. herO down to 3 bases. Oh, the blink! Oh my god. Takes down a medevac. Does catch a medevac. ByuN taking some losses. There we go. 3rd CC now on the way, on location. ByuN has been in 2 base this entire time. Hope takes down the mineral line. herO, he keeps on pushing, doesn't turn around. Oh, the mine shots. Mine shot takes down a Stalker. herO otherwise distracted, a lot of Stalkers go down. ByuN, he cannot quite engage. Has to respect it, has to pull away. Dragging the army in, the mine shots! Gets the sentry. Sentry goes down, no mining here towards that top base. But here he still has 2 Colossus and 2 Immortals, still a terrifying army. Boys are being pulled, can ByuN hold? Not looking to be the case. Here he's breaking through, more boys are being pulled, he has to pull the entire mineral line. ByuN stimming in. Guess doesn't get the Colossus. No, it doesn't get it. Yeah, it doesn't get it in the end. And here he snowballs out of control. GG gets called. He breaks through the natural. And herO will take the series 3-1. And herO will be this week's WardiTV Monday champion. GG. Whew. Hi. GG. Well played. A very chaotic series. Very intense back and forth. I don't think we got a single standard game, by the way. It was just chaos and aggression, game after game after game. Very, high octane and very intense. And with that, herO, he does claim it. ByuN, he had some very nice moments in this game as well, though. I don't want to take away from that when it came to his drop play, when it came to his counterattacks, when it came to these key pickoffs here and there. But the reality is, ByuN, he was on 2 bases the entire time. You know, he didn't really have a lot of longevity here, and eventually he was outscaled. Eventually, as herO repowered his robo, he was able to build up Immortals, build up Colossus. herO was able to embrace a stronger, a greater, a more efficient army. ByuN was stuck on 2 bases the entire time. It was basically 2 base all in. And with that, GG well played. herO does take it. Congratulations. GG, congratulations. And with that, herO, he will be this week's champion. And a shout out to ByuN for becoming our runner-up. He is our runner-up this week. He does come in and does claim that 2nd place. And I'm sure we'll see more of these 2 in tonight's broadcast. I'm referring to the Monday night weekly. That is the European weekly. We won't be covering it, but it should be covered by the likes of Rotterdam, potentially Steadfast, and some of the other casters out there, especially some of the other language casters like Coca and many others. I think ZombieGub usually does cover that event as well, so do check it out. Do embrace it. It's going to be a lot of good fun, I'm sure. And herO, he has been going full degen. Over the past couple of weeks, herO, he plays in every single weekly. He's kind of taken Zest's mantle, I would say, where herO, he plays in the Korean weekly, then European, then the American as well. So herO, he plays in all 3, and most likely will be there as well. And we could even see herO up against either Max Pax or Clem, as he didn't play against any of them here tonight. Not in this event. As we can just switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket itself and see the road of our players again. ByuN, he popped off. He 2-0'd Clem. Was able to be the one to bring him down. Likewise, he 2-0'd Cure, but alas, ByuN, he met his match at the hands of herO. Likewise, herO took down Creator, took down Solar, and did take down ByuN to be our champion. GG, well played. ByuN just totally YOLO'd the entire series. I mean, herO did as well. Like, this was chaos from both herO and ByuN. It was crazy. GG, well played. And I GG, well played. I'm tempted to ask ByuN about it, but I typically feel like it's typically you don't want to message like a player that's maybe lost the series, so I'll save it for next time. Until then, congratulations here to herO, and with that, we are going to be wrapping up with today's broadcast, and we're going to be getting ready for tomorrow's. Here we go. As we do show off our weekly schedule here on my right hand side. Currently it looks a little bit leaner, but I believe we will be getting ready some more broadcasts, don't you worry. I will actually convene to prepare our weekly schedule. But tonight we just had our WardiTV Monday. Tomorrow we have the Pegasaur Monday. That is going to be Tuesday morning. We have Code for Giants Cup. We have the we have the Rex Madness. Let's go. We have the Rex Madness as well. Those are going to be the qualifiers on Wednesday. We have the Nation Total Tussle. We have the Podcast, Host Masters Cup, and Sparkling Tuna Cup. I believe we should be having a replay cast of this week's Kung Fu Cup. For those that are curious, Kung Fu Cup currently is scheduled over the Rex March Madness. Rex, he's a Taiwanese Zerg player. Rex has been currently casting and turned into a content creator, and Rex is hosting a tournament this March. The qualifier is on Wednesday. We'll be covering it, but at the same time it is scheduled and is overlapping with the Kung Fu Cup StarCraft Evolution. So we're going to be trying to get our hands on those replays of that Kung Fu Cup so we can go over the replays on Friday or Saturday. So we will be having a replay cast there, and I believe we have some other casts as well to get into. So most likely this weekly schedule is going to update, but for the time being we actually have some days off, and we haven't had a day off from casting in a very long time, and we might have one for the first time in 2025. Let's go. I want to say our last time we had a day off was, I say a long time, Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. Those are the 2 days that we had off in December. Since then we actually haven't had any days off. So there we go. So currently we might have one. We might have one. Let's go. That's all good, Psychons. All good, all good. Oh yes, and if you want to support us here on Patreon, you can do so, ! Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. Again, our Patreon does fund our tournaments. It funds events like Sparkling Tuna Cup, of course, events like Duckling Open and Masters 1 Open as well. All of our events are funded via Patreon, so that is the place to be. I remember this Saturday we were meant to have the KSL, but I believe the Korean StarCraft League has rescheduled, so we do have it open this week. This week is open. But we will be filling it up, don't you worry. Don't you worry, we'll be filling it up with some more broadcasting. I know the Enki Pro Series is right around the corner as well. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. You can also follow us on all the social medias, ! Socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our social medias. You'll be getting a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Pegasaur Monday. Oh boy, again, it's going to be another great event. We might be featuring some TLMC maps. I hope we are, but it's up to the tournament organizers. I'm sure they'll get around to updating the map pool at some point. Look forward to it. That's going to be in like 9 hours time, something like that. Let's have a look here. The Pegasaur Monday is going to be in 8 hours. In 8 hours time. 8 hours time, I'm going to be live here on the channel. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're there for the Pegasaur Monday in 8 hours. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow or next time for some more StarCraft. See you then. See you then, Pappy. See you then. See you next time.